Nanlux's Evoke hard light lineup of lighting fixtures now includes a daylight, tungsten, bicolor, and now a color version. It's the 900C color version that we devoted some time to break down at NAB 2023, and now, once again, we're gonna do it right here. This level of coverage is for a good reason. High wattage hard lights are still somewhat of a novelty. Still, it feels like where the cinema-focused lighting industry is headed as a whole after several years of rapid innovation on the soft panel color-capable light side. Hi, I'm Grant Mailer-Sheldon, and here's my review of the Evoke 900C. HMIs, in all their daylight-only glory, are still the output kings on location. Hefty fixtures in expense, power draw, and size, like Aries M40, are still in play on mid to large size commercial and scripted sets. Hopefully the Evoke 900C from Nanlux helps continue the steady march towards higher output color-capable LED hard lights, with the goal of one day dethroning HMI fixtures. We're not there yet, but the path forward is starting to become a little clearer. Fingers crossed. Now to the fixture itself, the Nanlux Evoke 900C. There are a few competitors in this space, but the Evoke 900C sits alone in several categories of wattage and price, at least for now. Competitors include the following: Airy Orbiter, 400 watt to 500 watt wide CCT range from 2000K to 20,000K, on the pricier side depending on kit, from $6,300 to over $10,000. Limited to Airy only accessories. Aperture Lightstorm 600C, 2300K to 10,000K CCT. Max power draw of 720 watt. Affordable, $2,490. Industry-friendly Bowens S-type mount. Huge range of first and third-party accessories. Light panels Gemini 1x1 hard, 46-degree beam angle, 2700K to 10,000K CCT range, affordable, $2,570. Velvet Light Cosmos, 400 watt, 2500K to 10,000K CCT range, built-in Fresnel, 13 to 56 degree beam angle, mid-range pricing $5,579. ProLict Orion 675 FS, 675 watts, 1800K to 20,000K CCT range, includes soft case with 30 degree and 55 degree reflector, Bowens S-type mount, huge range of first and third party accessories, priced at $3,795. As you can see from the list, the Evoke 900C with its 940 watt power draw and competitive $4,660 price tag for the travel kit make it somewhat of a disruptive lighting product, at least until other brands can follow suit. Aperture at CineD 2023 already announced a high output color hard light. TBD there. Okay, let's talk first impressions. I received the Nanlux Evoke 900C in a semi-rigid wheeled soft case that Nanlux calls a trolley case. Previously, the daylight and bicolor Evoke fixtures were available in large flight cases with or without room for a Fresnel accessory. The trolley case is by far the most portable of the available Evoke case options. And it's my preferred one of the bunch since the Evoke 900C lamp head isn't particularly fragile to begin with. If you have a large grip truck or mid to large size rental business, on the other hand, you might prefer the flight case. Nanlux has included the following with the Evoke 900C travel kit: lamp head, yoke, power supply, newly updated for the Evoke 900C, 45 degree reflector, USB flash drive for firmware updates, remote, quick release adapter, DC cable, and AC power cable. Visually, the lamp head doesn't look much different from other Evoke lamp heads. The power supply, however, is dramatically different from both the daylight and bicolor variants of the Evoke. In fact, the power supply design feels more streamlined and akin to the design of the Nanlite 720B power supply. Nanlite is the more prosumer-focused little cousin of the Nanlux pro-oriented brand. You can read my review of the excellent Nanlite 720B at CineD.com. One of the main differences between Nanlite and Nanlux is that Nanlux introduces a wide range of DMX options in their fixtures. Although that line is beginning to blur quite a bit as more DMX options are becoming available in the Mark II versions of the Nanlite Forza 500 and 300, for example. As with the other versions of the Evoke, Nanlux confines users to a proprietary mount system on the 900C with their NL mount. That limits accessory options compared to Bowen's S-Type's popularity within the lighting world. Thankfully, third-party brands like DOP Choice and Chimera are gradually adding more support for the NL mount, and Nanlux themselves have introduced a whole host of accessories that, while perhaps not rugged enough to hold up in a high-volume rental environment over time, are absolutely fine for a dutiful owner/operator or small G&E operation. Nanlux's NL mount accessories are also on the more affordable side in general, and that reduces any grumpiness on my part from being forced into a new accessory ecosystem. During prior Evoke shoots, I've often gravitated to their $399 lantern and $442 parabolic softbox, for example. Now, let's talk about control. For me, this is a pretty darn complete list. Nanlux Evoke 900C users can expect the following when it comes to controlling the fixture: Bluetooth through the Nanlink app, 2.4 GHz wireless control, wireless lumen radio, remote controller, ArtNet SACN protocol support, 5-pin DMX input. Gaffers and lighting techs will appreciate the many wired and wireless DMX options. Owner-ops looking to make quick tweaks on smaller shoots will appreciate the Nanlink app over Bluetooth. For manual control of the fixture, you'll need to use the buttons and display on the rear of the lamp head. The one tricky part here is that if the lamp head is high up in the air on a stand, you'll be limited to DMX or Bluetooth options to change settings. For this reason, I usually prefer the controls to be on the power supply with a long head cable versus the lamp head, but this is a minor quibble on my part. Over the years, Nanlux has released helpful firmware updates for the Evoke series. Fortunately, gone are the days when it was a little tough to find a compatible USB stick for those updates. Now Nanlux has included the correct type of USB stick with the kit in a small plastic bag. Hang on to that. FYI, Evoke 900C firmware updates are available at nanlux.com in the firmware section. I did see improved performance by updating the firmware on my fixture, and you'll want to make sure your light is up to date too. So, who is the Evoke 900C meant for? With its $4,660 price tag, this may be a rental-only item for you or a single fixture purchase. For rental houses or G&E truck owners, the Evoke 900C, or even a few Evoke 900Cs, make a ton of sense as a standard item in your inventory. For this review, I used the Evoke 900C with various other fixtures like the popular Airy Sky panel and a few 1x1 Geminis from light panels. And it fit well into the overall flow of the shoot. In short, the Evoke 900C plays well with others. I have to say, I enjoyed the ability to plug in a favorite digital gel in the Evoke 900C and the speed that comes with that. Auditioning different colors, effects, and looks is also obviously faster than swapping out physical gels. Physical diffusion, either in a frame or softbox or lantern, will always have a place, but not changing out CTB or CTO, etc. undoubtedly saves time on location. There's also something to be said here about hard light versus soft on a creative level. For years, I saw a trend towards more and more soft beauty and fashion lighting being mixed into all sorts of different genres, primarily because of the prevalence of soft LED color panels. The Evoke 900C, and other hard lights for that matter, challenge you to find a place for hard lighting in your work. Of course, it is easier to soften the quality of light coming out of a hard light versus creating hard light from a soft source. The point is not to be afraid of hard lighting in general. Another favorite use case for the Evoke 900C was taking advantage of the wide 200-point range of plus and minus green and magenta adjustment available. After receiving the 900C for review, I almost immediately had to film a mall exterior in San Diego, California. The ability to dial the 900C to match existing green shifted lights was a huge time saver. With color-matched bulbs, we would have had to change them out one by one, and there were dozens. Okay, so what about mobile battery power? The not insignificant 940 watt power draw of the Evoke 900C brings it into the block battery and high capacity space. That is, if you are interested in a gas-powered generator solution. Gentry, based out of South Korea, has an interesting DC power solution called the Penta 1200 that can power lights with up to a 1344 watt draw. Nanlux was showing off the Penta 1200 at NAB 2023, and it might be a solid solution for powering the Evoke 900C in the field. Okay, it's testing time. Now to output and Kelvin handling in CCT mode. I went ahead and tested the output using lux and color handling using Kelvin of the Nanlux 900C at a distance of 3 feet, 0.91 meters, with my Sekonic C700 spectrometer. Here are my results with a target of 5600K with the kit 45-degree reflector attached and the fixture updated to the latest V1.04.06 firmware. A result of 5,463K is very close to the 5600K target and a good result overall. Throughout all my testing at a 100% output, I landed at a CRI average of 98 when looking at R1 to R8 scores. 82,500 lux, a measure of overall output, also shows off how punchy the 900C can be in terms of output. Now let's try a target of 3,200K. A result of 32K is even a little closer to the target of 3,200K. You do get a bit of an output bump, 86,200 lux, when headed towards using the 900C closer to the tungsten side of the range. I also did a deeper dive on color rendering with the Evoke 900C, and I noticed that the R12 blue performance suffers a bit, 68.7, when dimming the light down to 5%. You can see those results below with output set to 5% at a 5600K target. And finally, for comparison, here is the color rendering chart with a target of 5600K and output set to 100%. You can see the hit to R12 accuracy when the fixture is dimmed to 5%, not a huge deal, but something you'll want to be aware of when using this fixture in general. R12 blue is an area where many LED fixtures struggle to hit high marks. Okay, that's it for testing. Now for some final thoughts. For the moment, Nanlux's Evoke 900C is certainly turning heads with its RGB ACL color mixed with impressive output and more streamlined power supply design. It can't compete yet with the output of the daylight-only Evoke 1200 or 1200B, B equals bicolor, and that means those fixtures will still have a place on your sets along with the 900C. Nanlux also announced an impressive-looking Evoke 2400B fixture at CineD 2023, although that light isn't coming to market until Q4 this year, and the price has yet to be announced. The competition in the LED color hard light space is continuing to heat up with new entries announced from Astera, Rosco, and Aperture, and that can't be anything but good news for filmmakers as a whole. For now though, the Nanlux Evoke line just keeps getting better and better. There you have it. That's my review of Nanlux's Evoke 900C. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to Rev Studio in San Diego for their help with this review. Go to revstudiosd.com for more info on how to book their beautiful studio space.